of battle sing to the clashing of steel, till all the mountains lie broken and bleeding from wounds that no magic can heal. Go, my child, to Skyrim.
Here it is. Solitude. Capital city of Skyrim. And a city that, if I understand it, is very much under Imperial control.
They can't hurt Uncle Rogvir. Tell them he didn't do it.
Position.
Something's
Sorry, you need to
happening
go home.
here.
Go home and stay there until your mother comes.
A trial?
Traitor!
No.
You should tell
An
her that her
execution.
uncle is scum, huh? Best she know
What's going
now.
on here?
You betrayed
Man
us.
opens a gate and they cut his head off? Doesn't seem right to me.
Ulfric Stormcloak escaped the city after he murdered High King Tori. By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
Oh God.
He doesn't deserve to speak!
There was no murder. Ulfric
Liar.
told that story. He beat the High King in fair combat. Such is our way. Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim and all Nords.
Boo!
Divines. They're going to...
On this day, I go
Oh,
to
God.
Sovngarde.
Don't look away, don't look away, don't look away. Oh God. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Breathe. Breathe. Arcade's breath.
Some gate guard you were.
You'd think, with all the bandits I've had to kill, I wouldn't have such a weak stomach. Okay, breathe, Edda. Just calm down.
I think I expected more.
Sorry about that. Just, not a big fan of executions. The Imperials sure do love taking off people's heads, don't they? Alright. Well, it looks like here's the inn. Let's go ahead and stop inside and get our room for the night before we take a look around the city.
This one's a favorite of mine. A legend we all know and love. Our hero claims a warrior.
All right.
Ready to get moving.
I tell you,
I don't know,
tell you,
Anumla.
the dragonborn comes.
Honestly, I'm not feeling all that well right now.
Power of the ancient Nord art. Believe,
Just need to
believe
calm
the
down.
dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil of
Good
all
afternoon.
Skyrim's foes.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
Thank you. So, is there any news or rumors floating about?
Here, take a look at this.
Alright, some sort of flyer. I'll take a look at that in a few minutes. So... I suppose you've got a lot of hopeful young bards coming in here asking to play for you. And I'm a bard myself. Not affiliated with the Bard's College here, but... perhaps one evening you might allow me to play. For tonight, though, I think I'll just like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Where's the room? I suppose it must be somewhere in the back. Is it this one? No. Upstairs then, alright. Ah.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Thank you. Well, I guess Arander and Anamlar are downstairs. Oh, here they come. Just hold up for a few. I'm gonna go change my clothes. And then we'll head back out. This is a pretty nice room.
This is an ode to Skyrim's
Alright.
staunch protectors.
Let's dress a little bit more appropriately if we're wandering around the city. I'll probably want my cloak with the rain. And of course, I don't have a hood anymore. I should have kept that in mind. Oh well, I guess I might just get a bit damp then.
The Imperials. We drink to our youth, to the days come and gone.
Alright,
For the
I'm ready to
age
get
of
going.
aggression is just about done.
Let's go take a quick look
We'll
around
drive
town.
out the Stormcloaks and restore what we own. With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home.
Well, we have some time to maybe take a look into some of these shops, but I think they're going to be closing up before too long. So,
You know you can afford a septim or two.
you need some help?
Spare some gold for a veteran?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
I know a lot of veterans have had it hard since the Great War. Were you in the army then?
What? You see a man falling on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever?
No, that's not what
was
I
there.
meant.
I fought in the Great War. I was on the field at Anvil. And when I was struck down, they left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave them.
I'll take your word for it.
It's best you leave me be.
I apologize, it meant no offense. Let's see what this shop is. Hello?
Why, hello. Here to buy? If you have to ask the price, you might be in the wrong store.
Do you always insult people when you meet them the first time?
It's not an insult, just an observation.
Right.
If I were walking around with a wound, I would want you to tell me to see a doctor. Your outfit is something of an open wound, where attire is concerned.
You know, it's warm and it keeps me relatively well protected. So, as far as that goes, I don't see the problem. What exactly is it that you think is wrong with my outfit?
Nothing at all. It's very nice. If you want something with a little more style, however, you should see what we have available.
Ah, I see. So this... Arander, what are you doing? Excuse my friend there. He's a bit nosy. So, you're more concerned with style than practicality, which is fair enough. Actually, in some cases it's rather important. And tell me, if I were to visit, say, the Blue Palace, what would you suggest I wear?
You're really going to the Blue Palace? That presents an opportunity.
An opportunity?
If you are willing to wear one of Radiant Raiment's outfits and speak to the Jarl, I would not only pay you, but let you keep the outfit.
Really? Well, as long as you don't make me look too silly, I'd be happy to do that.
Good. Here's the outfit. Try to get Elisif's opinion on it, and if she likes it, mention it's from Radiant Raiment.
So free advertising. And a free outfit hopefully fit for court. Sounds like a good deal all around.
Thank you for your patronage.
And thank you for the outfit. Let's take a look. Here it is. Well, doesn't look too bad. It's not really anything like, well, anything I've ever worn before, but I might be able to pull this off. I'll have to try it on to make sure, though. Well, I'll do that in the morning. And I see that she's even thrown in a couple of free necklaces. Nice. Good evening. I hope my friends haven't disturbed you.
Watch it.
Huh. I know what you mean, Autumn, but it's a good opportunity. Sorry about that.
Did you find it? Tell me you found it.
Found it?
Found my assistant. Curses! What's keeping her?
No, I'm not your assistant. Just slow down. Start from the beginning.
It's not the beginning I require. Damn it! I have to know how this story ends.
What story? What story are you talking about?
Esther Moreau's final piece. Surely you've heard of her.
Esther Moreau. I don't believe I have.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. It seems a writer's popularity is directly related to how awful they are.
Huh.
Moreau was a writer of dwarven stories, and her imagination was limitless. But she was more than a writer. She was an artist. Moreau predicted that in the future, people would tell stories not with words, but pictures.
With
That's why
pictures?
her most famous novel isn't a novel at all. It's a series of paintings that tell of the grandest epics.
You were looking at this painting on the wall here while you spoke. Is that one of her works, then?
It is indeed. Part 6 of 7. The first 5 I have stored away in my personal chambers, but the entire set is useless without its conclusion. Even a glimpse of it would give me the closure I seek. But the entire set is useless without its conclusion. Even a glimpse of it would give me the closure I seek.
Getting a little bit of deja vu. Strange. Well, where is this final painting, then?
I made the purchase through a reliable source weeks ago and set my assistant to retrieve it.
I see.
Only it appears the deal went sour, as she hasn't returned.
And you thought I was your assistant? I have to admit, I am intrigued. I always like a good story. Maybe I can see what I can find out. If this deal was supposed to happen somewhere that's along my way.
Markarth. Evidently
Markarth?
it was in possession of the Silverblood family. If they've double-crossed me, I swear on Zenithar that they will pay.
I will be on my way to Markarth before too long. Excuse me, before I head out...
She isn't the most skilled painter, of course, but that isn't the point. The storytelling shines through.
I think I like you. You're right, sometimes it's not about the skill, but about the storytelling. So, what is Moreau's story about, anyway?
It tells the tale of the last Dwemer. He wakes up in an old ruin, with his memory completely erased.
Interesting.
As he travels the sands of the Alakia, pieces of his past start to arise. At the same time, there are elements in the shadows who want him dead. The final painting will not only end the story, but provide a clue as to what happened to the Dwemer. Well, at least Moreau's interpretation of it.
Everybody has an interpretation of what happened to the last Dwemer. Or to the Dwemer at all. So this Moreau could tell all that in just 7 paintings? She must be a damned good storyteller then. By the way, what's your relationship with Radiant Raiment?
Terry and Endari have allowed me to stay here for the time being. In exchange, I plan to exhibit Esther Moreau's works in their store to attract customers.
Ah, more advertising then. Well, I will be heading to Markarth before too long. I do have some business to attend to in Solitude first, obviously, why I'm here. But I'll look into this once I get to Markarth. And I'll get out of your way. Thank you for the outfit. If I need any other clothing, get out of the way. If I need any other clothing, I will make sure to check here first. Come on, let's get going.
Divines bless you. May the ground you walk quake as you pass.
Divines bless you as well. Alright. I wonder if any of the other shops are open. It's gotten a bit dark. They may be closed now.
It doesn't matter how many times.
Ah, hello. Are you the proprietress?
You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun?
Whiterun? Actually, yes, I have.
Wonderful. I hadn't really hoped to run into someone who'd been there. My daughter Fura was assigned to Whiterun after she joined the Imperial Army. I was hoping you might have met her. I haven't heard from her lately. I've tried talking to Captain Aldous, but he hasn't been any help.
Fura? No, I don't believe I've met anyone by that name. But I suppose I could try and get some information for you. Either the next time I go down to Whiterun, which should be fairly soon, or perhaps I could speak with this Captain Aldous.
I was a student at the Bard's College.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. Anything you can find out from Captain Aldous would be welcome news.
So, this shop, Angeline's Aromatics, you sell perfumes?
We mostly carry herbs and alchemical ingredients, that sort of thing. Before the war, our stock was mostly used for aromatic use in homes. Yes. These days, we have more people like you coming in, looking for healing and the like.
I see. That makes sense with the war going on. So, could you possibly train me in alchemy?
No. Mostly, I'm just a simple herbalist. Lami over in Mothall should be able to help you.
Oh, yes, I've met Lami. But it looks like you're about to close up for the day, so perhaps I'll visit you again another time.
Don't forget me next time you need herbs and potions.
Hello.
You were there for Rogvir's execution.
I was, and so were you, I assume? That was a nasty bit of business.
Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his dam's insurrectionists.
You must be Angeline's
She wouldn't
aunt,
have to be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir.
Or niece, I mean.
And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter.
Yes, I see. So, why were they executing this man anyway? I didn't really get a good sense of it from what happened, from what I saw, and what he said. Except he was somehow involved with Ulfric Stormcloak.
You really don't know?
No.
He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape Solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out.
I see. And for that, they executed him. I'm afraid I have a bit of a weak stomach, I suppose. I didn't take the sight of that very well. How do you take your mind off of something like that?
Most people head over to the Winking Skeever. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip.
Yes, I've already rented a room there. Well, thank you for explaining what was going on. And, well, I'm looking into your cousin's disappearance. I'll let you know as well if I find out anything about it.
People to see and places to go, huh? Later, then.
Take care of yourself. Alright. Let's go back to the inn.
I've got a little work if you're interested.
I think Vivian was right. The inn is what I need to take my mind off of things for a bit. Garm, you gonna move out of my way?
I'm a little busy.
Dogs. Evening.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
Thanks, don't suppose I could get something strong to drink anywhere around here, could I?
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
Yeah, I'm mostly interested in the drink part right now. Let's see, what do you have? Spiced wine. I'll take a bottle of that. And, you have Alto wine as well. Thanks. Say, why is this place called the Winking Skeever, anyway?
Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink.
You kept a skeever as a pet?
They were smaller back then.
Right. Okay. Heard any good rumors lately?
Varnius Junius stopped by here on his way to court. He was worried about something. I'm sure Falk Firebeard could tell you what.
Anything else interesting?
I've heard Jari Raz hanging around the Wells district, looking for new blood to hire.
Probably not of any interest to me. Anything else?
I think the Bard's College might be looking for recruits. You should speak to the head of the college, Viarmo, if you're interested.
Oh, interested I am. On the other hand, I don't know if I really have time to apply to the Bard's College as much as I might want to. Well, thanks anyway.
Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
I will indeed.
I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
Sorry to hear that. Alright. Let's have that drink. Oh, I actually already had plenty of Alto wine. Well, I'll try the spiced wine first anyway. Not bad. Excuse me.
Seems there's always more to be done.
Hey, weren't you at the execution earlier today?
I showed up to watch, yeah.
Sound awfully cheerful.
I don't know if they were right to execute him for what he did, but I'll tell you something. It couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
That seems rather harsh.
Listen, Rogvir and I grew up together. It was us, a few others, and Vivian. Vivian Onus.
I met her earlier.
I have no idea why, but one day I told Rogvir I liked her. It was a stupid thing to do. He mocked me incessantly after that. From that point forward, every time Vivian and I were anywhere close to each other, he made sure to humiliate me. He'd beat me up, dump meat on my head, anything he could get away with. Once he even slipped a beehive into my bed. We were children, sure, but Rogvir never outgrew that immaturity or his cruelty. So any talk about him being an honorable Nord? Pure folly.
So, you're happy the man was executed because he teased you for liking a girl? I have to admit, the beehive thing was maybe a bit much, but really, I don't think beheading is an appropriate punishment for beehives.
After running from Nightcaller Temple, I want...
How about some of that Alto wine, then?
Skyrim for years, until I was taken in by a priest of Mara who lived in Morthal.
Our hero,
Evening.
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art of wit to that of warfare.
Oh, is that so?
Your typical Solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior, but the charms that lie within.
Right.
It's an end to the evil of all Skyrim's foes.
How are you doing, Anima?
For the darkness has passed,
Oh, it's a bit bright. Evening.
I'm getting on the first boat out of this accursed province.
What has you so afraid?
It was a cabin somewhere on the north bank of a White, near Riverwood. A kind old lady was living there. Or so I thought. She let me stay the night, but told me not to go into the cellar. Naturally, I got curious.
And I take it you went down into the cellar that she told you to stay out of?
There was all sorts of oddities in there. I think she was a witch or a necromancer or something. In any case, I got out of that cellar and never stopped running.
Huh. A cabin? Wait a second. That sounds familiar. I think I may have passed that cabin by once. But why run away? There are other means to survival.
I know. I considered going to a face sculptor, but she refused to work with me.
A face
you can
sculptor?
try her if you want. She lives in some hole in the ground over in Markarth.
Not really what I had in mind. Why is it that you're leaving Solitude? If this, whatever she is, was down by Riverwood.
I don't know about you, but I've got to get as far away from Skyrim as possible.
Okay.
Safe journeys.
Yeah, good luck to you. I'm thinking it may be time for me to get some sleep. For some strange reason, drinking has not actually improved my mood at all.